Hello everyone. The story I'm going to share today is the cost of a coin. During the reign of Emperor Kangxi in the Qing Dynasty, one day in a bookstore in Beijing, a young scholar stood near a bookshelf reading a book. While the scholar was there, a teenager came to buy a book, and while he was paying the book, a copper coin fell on the ground and rolled to the feet of the young scholar. The young scholar squinted his eyes and glanced around, then moved his right foot and stamped on the sole of his foot onto the copper coin, covering it up. The teenager left the shop after paying. The young scholar leaned down to pick up the copper coin under his feet. By coincidence, an old man sitting on the stool in the shop observed this young man stamping on the money and picking it up. Seeing this, he stared at the young man for a long time, then stood up and walked in front of the young man to start a conversation with him. The old man learned that his name was Fan Xiaojie, and his father was an assistant teacher at the Imperial College. He followed his father to Beijing and had been studying at the Imperial College for many years. He occasionally walked through Temple Street, and today he had seen that the books were on sale in this bookstore, so he had just come in to take a look. After the old man heard all this, he sneered and left. Later, Fan Xiaojie worked as a supervisor in the transcription hall. Soon he passed the examination at the official department and was selected to be a county lieutenant in Changshu County, Jiangsu Province. Fan Xiaojie was very happy and was quickly on his way to his post. On the second day in Nanjing, he first went to report in the higher level office in Changshu County and asked to meet his immediate supervisor. At that time, Tang Bin, governor of Jiangsu Province, was in Changshu County. He had received a notice of meeting Fan Xiaojie, but didn't meet him immediately. Fan Xiaojie had to go back to the motel. He stayed in the motel for 10 days, but still received no information. On the 11th day, Fan Xiaojie patiently went to see him again. The security officer of Majestic Government Office conveyed the governor's order to him. You do not have to go to Changshu County to take the post anymore. Your name has been written in the impeachment record and you are dismissed. Confused and impatient, Fan Xiaojie asked, Why am I impeached? What crime did I commit? Greedy for money, the guard replied calmly. I haven't even arrived yet, so how can there be evidence of corruption? The governor must have made a mistake. He hurriedly requested a statement to the governor to clarify the facts. The security officer went in to report, and he came out to convey the words of the governor. Fan Xiaojie, don't you remember what happened in the bookstore in Yanshu Temple Street? When you were a scholar, you loved the copper coin as much as your faith. Today, you are lucky enough to become a magistrate. In the future, you may become a robber wearing a black gauze cap. You immediately leave here, so as not to make local people suffer. Only then did Fan Xiaojie remember that the old man he had met in the bookstore before was Tang Bin, the governor who was inspecting local affairs in his secret way. In this story, the governor sharply pointed out what was wrong with Fan Xiaojie, and he was left speechless. This story shows how strict the selection of those in power was in ancient times. Look at some of the corrupt officials in the world today. What would they think if they heard this story? Thank you very much for listening to the story. More touching stories will be ready for you if you just subscribe it. Thank you again.